When I came back from the pilgrimage to my country, I wore the Saudi national dress and was surprised by the reception that my father had prepared. Many people gathered at the station, led by sheikhs of the Isabiya, Tijaniya and the Khadariya Sufi order, complete with ceremonial drums. They took me through the street of our town chanting and cheering, and every time we passed a mosque, I was stopped for short time. Rich people, especially the old folk, came to me and congratulated me with tears in their eyes, longing to see the house of Allah and to visit the Prophet's graves. People looked at me as if they have not seen a young pilgrim of my age in Ghafsa before. I lived the happiest day of my life during that period, and many people, including the notables of the town, came to visit and to congratulate me, and often asked me to read Al-Fatiha with the prayer in the presence of my father, from whom I was embarrassed, although he kept encouraging me. Every time a group of visitors left the house, my mother came to the sitting area to burn incense and read some amulets in order to rid me of bad spells. My father kept the celebration going for 3 nights in the center of the Tijani Sufi order. Each night he slaughtered a sheep for a banquet. People asked me all sorts of questions, and my answer were mainly to praise the Saudis for their effort to support and spread Islam. Soon, people started calling me Hajj, and whenever somebody shouted Hajj, it only means me. Gradually, I became known amongst the various religious groups, especially Muslim brotherhoods, and I went around the mosque lecturing on religious issues, telling people not to kiss the graves or touch the wood for blessing because these are signs of polytheism. My activities started to increase, and I was giving religious lesson on Friday before the Imam's speech. I moved from Abi Yaqub Mosque to the Great Mosque because the Friday prayers were held in different times in those mosques, on midday in the former and during the afternoon in the latter. On Sundays, my lessons were mostly attended by my students at the secondary school, where I taught theology. They liked me and appreciated my efforts because I gave them a lot of my time trying to help them in removing the clouds from their mind due to the teaching of the atheist and communist teachers of philosophy, and there were plenty of them. My students used to wait with eagerness for these religious circles, and some of them came to my house, for I bought a number of Islamic books and read them thoroughly to bring myself up to that standard of the questions I was asked. During the year in which I did the pilgrimage to Makkah, I completed the other half of my religious duties by getting married. It was the wish of my mother to see me married before she passed away, for she had seen the weddings of my all brothers, and Allah gave her what she wished, and I got married to a young lady that I had never met before. My mother died after having been present at the birth of my first and second child. She was preceded by my father, who had died 2 years before her. Prior to his death, he did the pilgrimage to Makkah, and 2 years later, before his death, he turned to Allah in repentance.